Oh yeah. Yo, what it do? It's your man Chris Moon. I'm here with you. Moon with two O's. We got the podcast going with two O's podcast. I know you're wondering like, what the hell is with two O's? But honestly, I don't even know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking of a TikTok name a while back, and I was like, Moon with two O's. It's two O's and Moon. And right before we aired, I was outside, smoking a black and mild, and I was thinking to myself like, what am I gonna tell these people when they wonder what the hell with two O's mean? And I was like, you know what? Nori got drink champs. So I was like, you know what? Maybe one day we'll sit here in the studio, and when I got guests coming on, me and maybe one day I get Snoop on the show, and we gonna smoke two O's before the end of the show. We gonna smoke two O's. It's a two O's challenge. You know what I'm saying? So just for me and you, Snoop, I'm calling you out. Let's get it going. So yeah, as I said, it's your man Chris Moon. I'm here with the podcast. Just a regular person. I'm really just a regular person, nothing special. I'm about to eat a pop pie while I talk to you. I got me some little notes. I made some notes. This is the first podcast. Hold on, let me bless my food. You gotta bless your food before you eat. Before you eat, I know y'all bless y'all food before you eat, but I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm just eating the beef papa. Don't let me choke now. Don't let me choke. This is why I don't like to eat in public. But we just gonna have a live podcast. I'm gonna give it to you raw. I'm gonna give it to you straight. I'm gonna give it to you gutter. I have bought some drink. We gonna get into that later though. All the roadblocks that prevented me from being to this point right now. We gonna get to that later in the show. But as I was saying, I bought some drink. But I'm just going with the flow. I'm not about to just drink just to drink on camera to make it look good. I ain't even really no drinker. Got me a blunt rolled up over there. But instead of drinking, I made me some strawberry milk. Oh, oh man, you gotta love you some milk, right? I love me some milk. So I just want to say thank you for everybody who tuned in right now. Whether you're listening to the podcast or if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or whatever, the video, I appreciate it. I ain't gonna even tell you no lie. I really should have just ate this Popeye before we started the podcast, but I was like, no, man. I'm gonna give it to him raw. I'm hungry right now, so don't be acting like y'all don't be at work eating on the job. I'm eating on the job, bro. I'm starving. My kids up there asleep. My wife, she worked the nights, so I'm on duty with the little ones right now. So this is the best time for me to record. And like I say, it was a process getting to this point. It was a lot of work. I worked up an appetite, so I'm gonna eat a little something, a little banquet pop from Walmart. All right, real quick before I get all off subject, I remember when these things were two for $1. They was two for $1. I ain't gonna even lie. I almost want to say I remember they used to be on sale. You could catch them for four for $1, three for $1, stuff like that. But I paid $1.18 for the Popeye. Man, it's expensive to be alive nowadays, you know. But Man, it's been a crazy. It's been some crazy times, especially when it's COVID. It's like when COVID came, we like everybody just started to just drop off. Especially with the celebrities. Like, man, we lost a lot of celebrities, and I don't even think a lot of them didn't even have COVID. They were just, you know, it's your time. They just announced the passing of Coolio. I'm like, that's crazy. Coolio, that just came out of nowhere. You know what's funny about the Coolio? Well, I ain't gonna say Coolio was my first CD. Dangerous Minds, the movie soundtrack, that was my first CD. I believe that was like 95. Yeah, because Dangerous Minds movie came out in August of 1995. So I was nine, about nine. Yeah, I was 9 at the time. Oh, I was just turning 9. My birthday was at the end of August. I think the movie came out at the beginning of August. So I was too young to see the movie, but Christmas of '95, I believe that's the Christmas when I had got my first boom box. Can't even think of the name, like Washington House, one of the Washington House boom box. The kind of you get these texture speakers. Man, I was banging. But that Dangerous Mom movie soundtrack, that was my first CD, and it had that Coolio song on there. Gangsta Paradise. Been spending most of my life living in the gangsta's paradise. That was my jump. And then Immature had a song on there. I don't know if you. I know you. Well, I'm showing my age now. These young ones don't know about Immature. But what's my man called himself? Batman. Romeo. Roger from Sister Sister. He was in the group. They had a song on that album too, on that soundtrack that was fire. That was my two favorite songs on that soundtrack, Coolio, and I believe they was like number 2 and number 3. Like you had the intro, and then it was like Gates to Paradise, and then the Immature song. I'm almost want to say that was the lineup because them was the two best songs on there. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I liked them. Some class. Them was definitely some classics. Classics. Man, I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna get to this too. My computer is just on some bull. I ain't even using my computer. I'm using my wife's computer, like the house, the family computer. It's so slow. You could probably hear the little hard drive sound of it's loading. I ain't even touching it. It's just background, and just in the background, just making noise, doing stuff. But man, like I say, R.I.P. to Coolio. That's why I got to get on my stuff, man, because it's like all the people that I want to meet in life, they taking off. They leaving this place. So it's like, man, that's just motivation for me to get on my grind. Cause I gotta get to Hollywood. There's some people I want to meet. You know what I'm saying? And time waits for nobody. Remember that. Time waits for nobody. And that's for real. Time don't wait for nobody. You could be here today, gone tomorrow. That's life. And while we talking about life, I know everybody. Well, I ain't watched the whole series thing, but I know a lot of people is off this Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix special. My wife watching it. Well, I guess she finished it. I don't know how many episodes it is, but she watched it. I caught a little bit of it. Oh man! At first, I thought I was gonna be into it, like I wanted to watch it. But then once I started watching it and realizing what's going on, it kind of made me feel some type of way. So I'm like, you telling me this is trending? So people want to watch about a man who killed people. They want to know why this man killed these people, I don't know. I just turned into a hater. That just made me into a hater. It's like all this stuff that I want to do with my life. I need to get myself going because they can make a movie about a serial killer and it's gonna take off. Take off. Everybody want to see it. They want to know why he did it. That's crazy. So that made me think like, man, you need to just create. Because as long as you create, somebody gonna enjoy what you create. So you just gotta create. Because to me, like people is watching, you gotta give them something better than that. They want to watch about a serial killer. I couldn't really get into it. And then as I see people on the social media talking about the gay stuff on there, like I didn't really come across none of that. Didn't know the man was gay. None of that. Like I do remember catching like one of the episodes, like the the little Jeffrey guy was taunting some of the prisoners at a lunch table in the prison. Like this is like a chicken bone. Like this is a dead body. This what a dead body look like. Taunting them like that. And about a week later, I had watched a little video clip on Facebook about the man who killed him in prison. So I'm like, oh, that man who was in the video in the series, the black man who they showed in the series in the prison who spoke to him when he did that. That must have been my man who took him out. I'm like, so that's one of the good things about the internet when you're watching a movie or a documentary or something. It's like when you're watching something that's based on fact, right in the middle of it, you could just go Google the information and just you right there with it. So I'm sure everybody's guilty of doing that. So yeah, I couldn't really get into the Jeffrey Dahmer series. It really wasn't one of the things that I was like, I gotta get home to go watch it. I thought that what I wanted to do, but once I realized like, no, I don't wanna I don't wanna be a part of that. I'm gonna create something better. You know what I mean? Who cares about a serial killer? You know what I'm saying? He killed people. I don't want to support that. So I'm doing my own thing. That's just how it is, man. Got the podcast going. I see I got the little lights in the back. We're going to talk about that later because honestly, I don't know if they're going to stay. This is just a little, ooh-wee. Y'all got to be careful when y'all eating that processed food now. Just swallowed a whole piece of like steak chunk, bro. That boy just went down slow off the pot. I'm eating this, boy. I gotta eat it slow though, cause my wife and kids be complaining. They say I smack when I eat. I don't believe it though. I don't. I don't smack. The same way I'm eating on these videos, the same way I eat at the crib. I think I eat pretty decent. I ain't gonna say I'm the quietest eater. I don't know how anybody chew without making any noises, but I definitely chew with my mouth closed. I think so. I think I do. I'm pretty sure I do. So I'm just gonna let you know that they haters, and that's hard to it. They just be hating on me, and I'm saying that because I really want to just put this podcast on pause real quick and dive into this, finish off this pot pie. I might have to go get another one because I'm real hungry, but I ain't gonna even lie to you. So, like I say, this is my first episode. Episode number 2. When I go back and review the tape, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna remind myself like, make sure you stop saying that line. I'm not gonna even lie to you. Like repetitive stuff like that, like street talk. It's cool, but I'm trying to get to a new level, a professional level, trying to take it to a new level. So I need to. I'm gonna work on stuff like that. Just to be improved, to be better. Master the craft. You want to master your craft. And if you ever hear Nori talk, he referred to himself as a journalist, which he is, because in that business, in the podcast business, especially when you got guests coming on, you need to do your research. You need to know about certain. You need to know which questions to ask. You need to know what's trending. What's trending. What people want to know about this person right now. So, I mean, that's what he is. And that's what everybody who get into this business, that's what you end up doing. Like the lady Tasha K, you always hear her say she's calling people, chasing them down for the scoop, trying to get the information. I mean, that's what you got to do. Just like the people from TMZ, they waiting outside the airport, the restaurant, trying to ask the questions to the celebrities. So that's what you got to do as part of the game. You know, you got to grind. You got to grind. And really focus and stay on your grind. You see, I painted this wall. I'm in the corner. So this wall right here with the TV on, it was just a regular, like a tan or a creamish color. Like that regular living room house color that you'll see in the house. And then this wall over here, I had painted black. It was a shiny black. And I painted that during like COVID. Or maybe even right before COVID, the summer before COVID. When because we moved in this place like the year before COVID. So I painted this wall black, okay? And I had my desk turned the other way with my back against this wall. And that's what was going to be my podcast area. I planned on doing the podcast, like I say, years ago. Matter of fact, I recorded episodes. I just never uploaded any of the material. I never did anything with the material. Because it's not that I didn't like the material. It was mainly I was focused on the background and the setup and the look, all that good stuff. But none of that mattered. None of that mattered if you ain't putting the work in. So the other day, so today, what's today? Today is it's Sunday. Today is Sunday. So Friday, I went and got the paint and painted this wall, right? And I was planning on recording my first episode that night. You know what I'm saying? Podcast. I got the TV here, so I wanted to just have, a little video looping in the background. I had all type of issues. Computer didn't want to work with me. Of course, I know how to make a video. Of course, I know how to make the video loop. Problem was, computer didn't want to work for me. My computer broke. The family computer just didn't want to do right. When it was to export the video, I could make the video on the computer, but when I go to export, it didn't want to work right. Then my kids' gaming computer, it didn't want to work right for me. You know what I'm saying? It went out. I had an issue with the Windows. I had to reinstall Windows like a freak. Computer crashed right when I needed it the most. So that delayed me pretty much 2 days. Was Saturday, and I couldn't do nothing. Well, I could have. That's another thing. See, everybody, a lot of people never get stuff done because they want to wait till everything is perfect until they got the right environment. They got the right resources until they got everything that they envision that they mind that they needed. But in the first place, to get started, you ain't need none of that. Like to make a podcast, all you need is a video camera and a microphone. And pretty much about 90% of everybody's phone has a camera and a microphone, so you could open up a camera app on your phone and start recording, which I'm doing anyways. Right now, I'm using my camera phone hooked up to a ring light and a microphone, an external microphone. If you look right below my finger, I got a small USB microphone that I'm using to record this instead of my camera on my microphone on my camera that's built into my phone. And from what I hear, it's a much better quality. Should have been doing this. And the piece that I'm using is just a regular Type C. I got a Type C charger. So I got this little adapter. It goes from Type C to USB. And I bought it from Five Below, $5. And you can plug USB up right to your phone. So it's literally a whole computer in our pockets. That's why I be looking at myself like, why I ain't rich? You know how much stuff I had to do when I was a kid to get a computer? I remember my first computer, I found the dirt bike, okay? I found the dirt bike. It was abandoned. It was probably stolen. But I found it, okay? And I know since it was abandoned and it was stolen, I never seen it around. I knew it probably came from somewhere else that's not in the neighborhood. So I took it into my possession. I'm a handy guy with my hands. I know how to fix a lot of stuff. I've been fixing stuff, like I say, since I was little. So I could have fixed a dirt bike. I had a dirt bike. But instead, I traded the dirt bike for a desktop computer. This is back when we had 56K modems and AOL. I don't think we had. Nope. We didn't have. We didn't have high speed yet. Broadband. It ain't got here yet. Cause you know what? I had DSL in my house, and then we had got the broadband. So I remember the stages. So yeah, I found that dirt bike way before they came with broadband and DSL, the high speed internet. It was a 56K modem. I traded that dirt bike for a computer and some hard drives and some computer parts, video cards, just a few little scrap computer parts. And I put it together. Had my first computer. I knew with the computer, I knew as a youngin' that them little boxes was the future. Was the future. The internet, I knew it. It was the future of everything. Like, it connected people. Or I was talking to strangers. People telling me they in Australia. Or it's this spiders crawling under their bed. Like, wow. Like, really. You can talk to people all around the world. It connected people from everywhere and brought them together. So I always knew that the internet and the computer was the future, and I had to have one. So here we are. I was so far ahead of my game, and look at me now. I'm on episode 1 of my podcast, 2022. The podcast market been banging for the last 15 years. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on episode 1. Had all this information at the beginning. You gotta stop making excuses in life. You gotta stop looking for the perfect situation. It's not a perfect situation. You gotta do what you gotta do and make stuff happen. Use what you got. That's how I got me a computer. I used what I had. I traded a dirt bike, a non-running dirt bike for. Uh, Now, was the computer running when I traded it? It might have been running, or like I say, I got some extra parts with it, so I had to put it together. And back then, pretty much, it was simple to get a computer up and running. As long as you get everything you need in it, it's gonna run. You just need to get the hardest part about computers back in the day. Well, still to because well, the internet helped eliminate the problem that we had was getting a fake copy of Windows. Especially, you talking about a teenager, a kid with no money, a little bit of money. How I'm gonna get Windows? Lucky for me, my neighbor's dad was an IT tech, so I had access to Windows 95, Windows, what was it called? Windows 3.1, DOS. We had all that access to everything I needed. So, man, you gotta use what you got. I'm telling you, you gotta use what you got. These lights back here, we had these from my camper. I put them on my camper. I took my kids to this Halloween weekend at the campsite, at the campground one year. And then was the lights I had purchased at the Spirit of the Moment. They was in the Halloween session. And I ain't gonna even lie to you. To me, they ain't really looking Halloweenish. It's more like party lights, but I guess. But I tossed them up there just to give it a little flow. I was gonna buy a lamp or a little light, something that glow, and put it up there with my router at. But I just put the router up there, and I still gotta put a shelf. I put a shelf, and so I got some other routers on the floor. I got another router on the floor, and a network switch that I need to put up on the shelf. Just because they got lights on them, and I want the lights to be in the video shining. I just lit up a blunt. I'm probably like one of the only handful of people left in America who still smoke Swisher Sweets, cigarillos. Because everybody I know, they smoking woods. Them backwoods. They stuffing them boys too. 3 grams or better. Man, ain't even probably, I ain't gonna even lie to you. Well, I be grinding down the weed now because I'm getting older and I'm lazy. So I be grinding down my weed. My wife bought me a grinder for Father's Day or my birthday or something. With some, in a little, put it in a gift bag with some other stuff. A few years ago, I used it a couple times. If I got like some stoop, some za, some super loud, some stuff I don't want to really touch. I used the grinder, but normally I'm just using my fingers, cutting it down. Like I said, I'm old school, putting it in a swisher. But as I'm getting older now, I'm getting lazy. I find it better just to grind up a lot of weed at one time and leave it on the weed tray. And when you're ready to roll a blunt, you just bust your blunt. It's come with a business card or something, and just scoop you up a little scoop, slide it into the blunt, twirl that boy up. No touching the product, none of that. You just roll up, you smoke. So I do a lot of that now with the grinder, little grinder. You know, they really come in handy. When I used to be on the block, well, a neighborhood, when I used to do my thing in the neighborhood with the marijuana, selling it, what I'm saying, to pay my bills. I had this little old white lady who stayed in these apartments, She was like my best customer, you know what I'm saying? She bought 7 dimes all the time. She wanted 7 dimes, you know what I'm saying? She wanted 7 dimes. And let me tell you why she was my best customer because, like I say, I'm a youngin' back then. I ain't that young. I ain't going in lie, bro. I wasn't young. I wasn't young. This lady was my one of my customers when I had kids. I had two kids at the time. So, um, oh yeah, this was when I was at my first rental house. This the last year I stopped selling weed because I realized that wasn't for me. So, yeah, I stayed in this was when I was in a rental house. So this like '09. This when the regs. This when the regs was still flowing around heavy. You know what I'm saying? Regs was still flowing around. Don't get me wrong. You was loud out there. It was gangs out there. All that type of stuff. It was some loud out there, but people were still requesting the Reggies. The Reggies was still heavy, popular in rotation. You getting the quarter for 25 from the man. So like I say, that's my point. I was getting quarters for $25. Okay, that's pretty much what you sell a quarter for. $25. You know what I'm saying? That's Reggie's. And if you don't know somebody, if you don't know nobody, like I said, this was an older white lady who I was dealing with. I was supposed to be selling the quarters for $40, you know, $40, $50 or some Reggie. That's a fair price at the time. But like I say, I'm paying 25 for the quarters, and you get 1 gram. It's you get 7 grams, and you know what I'm saying. The dime is 1 gram at the time. You getting the gram for $10. That's 7 grams. That's $70. So she bought a whole bag. You know what I'm saying? Make that quick. Make that quick ball. You know what I'm saying? A quick 45. Make that quick 45 on them with the profit. You can't go wrong with that, bro. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that. You made 45 real quick. You can't go wrong. Really, you make the whole 50 ball. Look at me, I'm so fried. I can't even do basic math. See, that's probably one of the reasons why I stopped selling weed. Now, the reason I stopped selling weed, though, I done missed the math up. I just messed the math up right here on the camera. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even about to go back and replay the shit and figure out what I did. I know I just messed some math up, but I ain't gonna even lie. I forgot what I was just talking about on the math, so I can't even go back without rewinding it to even remember. But in my brain, I know I had just messed the math up, trying to be all slick and fast. But you know what I'm saying? And what made me stop selling weed. For one, my neighbor was like my last plug, like off the when I was doing my thing. He would stay right next door, so it was like a perfect situation. I never needed to use any of my own money. Like if somebody called me and say they need whatever, I go right next door. I get it, go drop it off to them, get my money, and give them their money. It was lovely, so it was easy money. So I only needed to keep what I had in bags, bagged up. So I ain't had to go bug nobody for nothing. You know what I'm saying? But the way somebody call me for something big or whatever, I ain't got to bust down my bags and try to make you a whole thing. I just go grab you something real quick. So it was the perfect situation until my neighbor got raided. Man, I'm talking about the police raided their house one day. Listen, matter of fact, it happened the same day. The police raided their house. They was there. They had the people in there for at least 6 hours, just going through the crib. These houses not even that big. They in there for 6 hours, bro. Rain that way. You know what I'm saying? They get done about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You know it's late. No, about man, I'm gonna say they got done about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Cause you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. The smoke cleared, all that. We chilling. Man, all I know is about I'm in the bed, bro. 10:30, 11 o'clock. All I hear is somebody knocking on my window. Bro, it's the firefighter, bro. Like, or a cop. It's a cop knocking at my window. Like, come out, it's a fire next door. Bro, Let me tell you though, before I seen the cop knock on my window, bro, I had just seen somebody walk past. Bro, I just seen the person who set the fire like walk past, bro, like and go down the street, not knowing that the house was on fire. You know what I'm saying? I seen him like walk on the side of my window, like right how the TV is. This the side of the window. You know what I'm saying? So he walking this way towards the street and come back in front. I got another window like right in front of me. So I peek. I seen his shadow on this side. So I peek out this window and I see him walking down the street. And I look. I ain't gonna lie. The dude looked familiar. He looked like somebody, a known person from the neighborhood. But I just minded my own business. I was just wondering like what dog doing over here. He was all is in all black and all that. Man, listen to me. Within 1 minute later, the police was knocking at my window like it's a fire. Man, when I tell you they paid that man to set that house on fire, bro, it ain't no way. It ain't no way the police knocked on my door that fast, on my window that fast, when I just seen this man walk for the side of the house. Almost down there want to say, dog, he had the gasoline tank in his hand, bro. I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro. I almost want to say I remember seeing the gasoline tank in his hand. That's how I knew it was something funny, but I ain't think nothing of it because, like I say, doggy was a familiar face in the neighborhood, so I know he wouldn't do no harm to me. So that's how I know what would happen. My man always on his grind, though. He a hustler. I can't even say what he do in the neighborhood. It's a unique job he used to do in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? But he'll go door to door offering a service to you. And I can't even mention the service because if somebody see this video from where I'm from, that's gonna automatically give it away, and I don't want no parts. Cause like I say, my neighbor can see the video. He know who I am. He know what the situation is. But you know, and really don't matter to him because honestly, that man who set that house on fire ain't had nothing to do with him. Cause my plug who was staying next door, he ain't even live there. He was staying there, but it was somebody else's crib. It was somebody else's crib. You know what I'm saying? Who was renting the house. They just, you know how I be. You know how I be. If you from the streets, you know how I be. You know how I be when somebody just go, you know, y'all make memes on the internet all the time about people who ain't got nowhere to live. You know what I'm saying? Definitely the ladies, like, oh, it definitely is wintertime now. They be like, lock your doors. The men's looking for somewhere to live. You know, everybody looking for somewhere to live, so they'll offer you something. Like, bro, you let me sell this weed out your house. You can smoke for free. And shit, for a person who smoke, and you be spending your money on smoke, like shit, I can get free weed and I can save my money. I lose everything. Dog lost everything on that deal. They set that crib on fire, boy. I'm telling you, it was the police. But I ain't never saying nothing because that ain't my business. Because obviously, it ain't my business. The feds just raided them. You know what I'm saying? And they wasn't even the police. These was the, that's what I forgot to mention. These boys ain't even get raided by the regular city police. They got raided by the feds. Like them big people, the ones that say DEA, ATF on their shirts. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, that's crazy, bro. They got raided by the big boys too. It wasn't even no city. Like it wasn't even the city wasn't even there when they got raided. They came black cars, state troopers for some weed. But I don't know dog's story. I don't know what they did to bring that attention to them for some weed. Like I said, this was Reggie's. But that got me out the game. I'm like, I'm good. I had my wife selling weed for me. You know, I'm going to work. I was selling weed and still had to work a job. So obviously I ain't trapping right. I ain't trapping right. I'm going to work. I mean, it's different if I had the bag, if my money was looking real good, but no, I was still poor. I guess so when you're working off quarters and half ounces. selling nicks and dimes out of a quarters and half ounces. That ain't no real money. You just smoking for free. That's pretty much all I was doing anyways with that weed shit. So that's why I was like, it ain't even worth it. They come burn my whole house down for some weed. I'm straight. Raid me, had me jammed up in here, and they found a couple of zips. Like, that ain't even worth it. So that's why I stopped doing that. Plus, really, it was because I had my wife. People just pop up, knock on the door, and then I ain't like, it's like every time I wanted to sit down, like I wouldn't be able to do this podcast thing like how I'm doing right now if I was selling weed because my phone, it's been 40 minutes. My phone would have been ringing off the chain. And it was not no real money. People calling me for $5, $10. No, I couldn't do it. Well, they don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time I called this one dude for some weed. You know what I'm saying? He like, bro, I ain't getting enough for nothing less than 35. You gotta spend 35 to even come knock on the door. I say, damn. That was the last time we spoke though. But you know, shout out to the dispensaries, man. They out here trying to kill the game, bro. You going to dispensary nowadays. I used to crack like, man, I ain't never going to no dispensary till I went in one. Like, bro, they got zips. Bro, I got a zip of some shake one time for $40, bro. I'm like, what? $40? That shit, it was straight. I ain't gonna lie, it was straight. That's why I started grinding down my weed, cause I'm like, bro, this something. That shit is straight. All right, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I was saving money when I was off the shake. That shit is straight, bro. Like I smoked my own shake, and then I got all the buzz left. So it's like, bro, make the butters. You can make that shake good for the edibles too. You know what I'm saying? But I like the shake. You know what I'm saying? Because it's cheap. Even like I said, the crib I grow my own. So sometimes I miscalculate and I miss the mark, or shit happened with the grow, and I'm without for a couple months while I'm waiting on the next batches to come up. So I gotta go grab me some. So I kind of like the dispensary. They fill that void right there because you can go in that, but like I say, you get some shake, $35, $40 an ounce shake. You can go get an ounce of some crud, some good weed, $70, 75 a zip. For real, bro. Like it really made the prices come down in the streets. They really squeeze in the streets because in the streets, niggas want 150 for a zip, 200 for a zip. That's an ounce. You know what I'm saying? 150 for an ounce, 200 for an ounce. You damn near gonna get that same weed quality at the dispensary, $75, $80. At first, it wasn't like that, but at first, it wasn't like that in dispensaries. I remember we had got an ounce. It was two for 160, so $80, and it was really like a zip, a shake. It was a shake zip. Okay, right. That was the first time I hit a dispensary, and I never went back. That's kind of like towards the beginning when they had first start opening up in Michigan. I had got a shake zip for this one spot. I don't even think they still open no more. It was called like Turtle Pie, and it was a zip. The weed, it wasn't worth $80. It wasn't worth $80, and like my dog paid like 160 or something like that for a regular bud zip or some. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to be some good weed. They still got that expensive weed at the dispensaries, but a lot of them. I seen somebody on the Facebook post talking about if you go to this one spot, they be doing $40 zips of some weed that people bragging about. Like I spent $40 on a zip. Like they gonna tell you to go get one. So I don't know if it's fire, but it sounds like it's worth you spending your $40 compared to you spending 150 on a zip. But yeah, they definitely squeeze in the streets with the prices, cause right, like my dog, he only smoked the loud of the loud ones. I told him about the low prices at some of these dispensaries right now. He had to put the pressure on the street dealers. Like, yo, I could go here even with taxes on added to it. I'm getting zips for $85, $75. Or some flame or some shit that could compete with yours. So you're gonna have to come down. That's what they gotta do. And you know what? It's a lot of people who probably that hustled up. They ain't even had no plug. They going to the dispensary. They paying $75, $80 for a zip. And they selling it to you for $150. I don't mean to be no hater, but I promise you that's what's going on. Cause everybody ain't growing, and everybody don't know how to grow. Oh, wait till I get my channel going up though. I ain't gonna just pop up and just show the grow session yet. Matter of fact, I might just do a whole new channel for the grow, for the growing, cause I want everybody to see like I be doing my thing in the grow room. You know what I'm saying? I be doing my thing. Got two tents right that way, right on the other side of us. Right on the other side of us, two tents. That's all you need. Then over there, we call it, like a furnace room. I don't know what you call it, utility room, but not a utility room, but it's just a furnace room. It's just a furnace and a hot water tank in there, but it's a bench and a little bench table, and that's where I start my seed trays in there. I got like two little small grow lights, like just the little purple boys, the little cheap kind too. Pretty much like the same ones you can get from like a grocery store. Like you go to the grocery store and get them, and that's what I'm using. That's what I'm using to get my seed started. Then I got two tents, like one the grow tent, and then one veg. In the veg room, you just let them grow. You just let them grow till you get them to the size that you want them before you put them into flower. And my other tent is my flower tent. So the light is pretty much the light difference. One tent is 12-hour light. The next tent is 18-hour light, just to get them going. 12-hour light for the flowering. That's like flowering is pretty much 12-hour light in the fall time. The days is not as long like it is in the summertime. So like the 18-hour light is compared. It's like saying it's summer, and the 12-hour light is the fall. Harvest season in the fall. By October, everything should be ready. Cause by August, like when the kids start going back to school, the daytime is getting shorter and shorter. It's getting dark by 7, 8 o'clock. Compared to it in July, it's getting dark at 10. So that's pretty much. It's simple. It's simple. It's simple. It's if you know how to pay attention. It's a lot of this stuff is easy to do. You just gotta pay attention. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just one of the people. If you can do it, I can do it. That's how I feel. Like if you can do it, I can do it. And the the reason a lot of people feel like that, but the reason that we don't get to do the stuff that we actually think about is because honestly, you do need money. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, a lot of us don't come from families and backgrounds where we can go ask somebody like, yo, let me get 100K, let me get 200,000 so I can start Amazon.com. Let me get $1 million so I can start building electric cars. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us don't know people like that, so you got to get it out the mud. You got to go. You got to go grind. You got to go work your name up. You got to go. You got to go get out there. You got to go build the relationships with the people. You got to go put the work in because that's the only way. That's the only way to get it. And for me, I just push record on the camera. You just push record. You saw me. I was eating a pot pie. I still got my strawberry milk. It's been out for this 50 minutes in the video, so my My strawberry milk. I hate when people. You know what though? I do DoorDash. Pretty much everybody do DoorDash. Uber, celebrity or not, it's celebrities that do the ride sharing, the gig work. But I do DoorDash and pretty much the food stuff and like the store deliveries, like them type of gig work. But one thing that I hate when people order milk like as the drink. Like, okay, like McDonald's and like a kid's meal, they give them the little milk that come in the plastic bottle with the top. Okay, all right. I mean, I don't really hate on no milks. Okay, like, all right, that milk is fine. Like, okay, it's fine. I mean, it's like the plastic bottle milks. Them ones don't bother me. It's when I like go to a Coney Island or like a diner restaurant, a breakfast spot, a grill. I ain't gonna say no name of the places, but and they give you the regular plastic cup with the straw style. The regular drink cup, fountain drink cup with milk. It'll be no ice in there or nothing. I mean, I don't put ice in my milk myself, but I'm just they be just sitting there already. Then they gotta ride with me in the car. You know what I'm saying? To the place, and it seemed like everybody who ordered milk want to be the farthest away from the restaurant. Nobody, I ain't never had a milk. Somebody who ordered milk as a drink, and they close to the restaurant. They always they be the farthest orders. Like, wow, like they really wanted this milk, huh? They really wanted this milk. Man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I've been doing my thing. I think I'm rocking with myself in this podcast situation. You know what I'm saying? I covered some of the topics that I wanted to hit. You know what I'm saying? I covered a lot of the stuff that I had. I believe I covered everything on my list. You know what I'm saying? I might have freestyled one of the topics into all through the video, but you know what I'm saying? Like the focal point was, what I'm saying, just starting out. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully somebody took that for some of the stuff that I was saying, like start now. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait. Don't worry about the pretty lights. Don't worry about if the background is set up. Usually, like right now, like even the way my background set up, I got the glare from the computer showing. I don't want that there, but we worry about that later. You get there later. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. But I ain't gonna lie. I do like the way everything came out though. I got the sign. It's actually some like purple lights back here, but they hard to see, I guess. I had them at the bottom right here, but I'm gonna really get another set and run around the TV to the LED strip lights. Cause I got a weak set, like little. I got these for Five Below back there. Computer making noises, but yeah, I'm satisfied. I think we did what we needed to do. You know what I'm saying? I think the people gonna be rocking with it. I can see the next time, we got to make some requests for topics, what people want us to reach on. Well, what they want me to reach on, because you see, it's me. And again, I got to make sure y'all see that Bummy Day. Bummy Day, this the Bummy Day classic. Um, because this was the first one I made. You can really can't see, but it say Bummy Day right there. And on the new ones, they say Bummy Day Clothes and Co. All the way across instead of just the bummy daylight right here at the edge. I don't like that. So this like a classic one. So when the brand take off, this one that I'm wearing right here, this like a 101. Well, it is a 101 because I only made one. And nobody else have it but me. So I might autograph it one day. I guess I gotta stop wearing it. I'm gonna autograph it. It's a 101. Like the first Bummy Day sweatshirt. And it's made wrong. Well, it wasn't made wrong. After I made it, I just didn't like it. Like I felt like I needed to. I felt like I needed to stretch it out, and the company is called Bummy Day Clothes and Co. So that right there, it'll fill it up. But you can see what I made the changes if you just go to the website. You'll check it out. It's called Bummy Day. It's called BummyDay.com. I ain't gonna even. Okay. I was about to say what I said. I ain't gonna even lie to you, but I don't even want to say that no more because I don't know why I just start picking that up. It's like when the camera turned on, you just start trying to, you just try to find your lane. But I was telling y'all to go to the website. Well, by the time you see this video, the error gonna be corrected. Man, I done forgot to pay the bill to my website. So in my phone, my backup account was over the limit, and I ain't know. I got Google Drive. What is it? Google One and OneDrive. Yeah, I got Google One and OneDrive. They like the cloud storage, so you can back up everything off your phone, your computer into one spot. And I didn't realize I was over my quota, so I wasn't receiving a lot of my emails. And as soon as I upgraded to a bigger, to a larger storage amount, my emails started to come in, and then I realized, like, oh man, I forgot to pay my website bill. They said it's suspended, so I gotta go pay them after this. But other than that, this has been an amazing experience. I'm glad y'all came to rock with me off the podcast. We gonna get it going for the next one though. I'm gonna put some polls on my page. I believe my page. I don't know which page I'm gonna use. I got a personal page and I got the WithtwoO's page. But the WithtwoO's page ain't got no members yet, so I guess I'm just gonna put the polls on all my pages and try to send over some viewers. And hopefully this how we rocking. Cause y'all could probably hear my stomach. I got the growl mode. That's probably the effects of drinking milk that's been out for an hour. I still got a little bit left. I ain't gonna show the brand. Oh yeah, I ain't gonna show the brand. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to show your brand, you're gonna have to pay me. That's how it goes. So I ain't gonna show the brand of milk. But I have. This was an empty jug. This was an empty milk jug. So we had another milk jug in there that was, it was full, unopened. I just poured some milk into that jug, put some strawberry syrup in there, shook it up real good, and then I took the little jug of syrup. It was empty. It was at the bottom of the thing anyway, so it was empty. So I poured some milk, some more fresh milk into that jug, put the cap back on it. Well, I really dropped the cap, so I had to look for that first. Then I put the cap back on, shook it up, and poured that into the strawberry milk too. That's why it's so pink. I don't know if y'all can see how pink it is because I got the camera on. Let me see. Look, I got this remote. So let me see, what can I do with the remote? I just turned the color down. Let's see if y'all can see the pink. Nope. How about I just turn? You might see the pink now. I'm circulating through the colors on y'all real quick. I got the ring light. Ain't none of that gonna do it for me. What about now? I just had to turn it off. Now you can see it's pink. But it's real. Oh, I guess I'm stunning. You see the M? don't know if y'all just saw the M on there, but yeah, my wife made me that. I ain't gonna lie. I might like to. I got the milk mustache. I'm crazy. I think I might like to move better without the light on. Let me see. This the light back on though. Okay, let me switch it back to the one I had. This like a warm light. This a cool. Or this like a soft white or something. And this the cool. This what I had it on. Feel like I need to turn it down. Oh yeah, I like it like that. What y'all think? I think I might have had the light too bright. I like that. That's cool. But which mode is this? Oh yeah, this the white light. Did I even have it on this? Yeah, this the like the cool. What they call it, daylight. Daylight. Them the only lights I use in the crib. I hate that soft white yellow light. Oh, that is just the worst. That is the worst to me. It just hurts my eyes. Once you go daylight, you'll never go back. You can't go back to that. You can't go back to that yellow light. That yellow light just it's not good for you. You hear me? So yeah, we back for another one. We back for another one. So make sure that's another thing. Like I say, you got to start before you get it perfect. Cause on my screen, I want one of them. I had to download a video clip. Free to use video clip. Like it was supposed to say subscribe, like, share. It's supposed to rotate from this logo that's behind me on the screen. It was supposed to rotate from this to like subscribe, share on the screen. And this would be that time that I'm telling you, like, go like, subscribe, share to the channel. You know what I mean? But yeah, you just heard me. So wherever you're watching this at, wherever you're listening to it, like it, subscribe, share it, comment. Oh yeah, that's what it said. A like. It said like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. That's the best way to get the momentum going. You know what I'm saying? Let me change the lights real quick on the way out. I got it on the green and the red. It's rotating. It's rotating colors. That's fire too. I kind of like it. I don't know if y'all can see the difference. Like it's a red light going now. I don't even know if y'all can. Yeah, I don't even think the. Yeah, but you can see when I got the white one back on. All right, man. It's been fun. It's been fun. I didn't drop the podcast for the street. This episode 1. I got the background going. I got my artwork right here. You gotta have something on the wall. Network cables everywhere. Network cables everywhere. You probably can't see this, huh? Yup. It's in view. Network cables. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to use Wi-Fi. Just like Kanye West said, through the wire. That's the best way, though. That's the best way to keep your info secure, and you get the faster speeds. Always through the wire. Never Wi-Fi. Never Wi-Fi. But make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit the page. Hopefully this mic did me justice, because if not, I was just recording a video for an hour for nothing, looking at the screen, talking to myself. So let's get it. Guess I gotta get up to turn it off. Walk it off. Drunk all this milk, my stomach is bugged. I drank too much milk. It's 2:07. I drank way too much milk. Might as well finish it for the video.